Hello friends, it's Kristie Marcotte. Today I'm sharing some cards I made using Spellbinders September 2022 large die of the month, and for one of the cards I'm also using the September embossing folder of the month. The large die of the month is called Thankful Tractor. It has all the different pieces to assemble a tractor and also the little cart behind the tractor. And to fill your little cart, there's squash, pumpkin, corn, and also some flowers. The embossing folder is called Scattered Fall, has a beautiful design with florals, acorns, and leaves. If you are interested in subscribing to any of Spellbinders Club kits, I do have links provided in the description box below. For all of my cards, I will be using Doodlebug Designs Flea Market Collection. This is an older collection from 2016, so it's probably not available any longer. If I can find a link, I will add one in the description box below. For card design number 1, I selected a tone-on-tone wheat pattern paper for the background. I will be layering it on a slightly darker yellow cardstock. But first I'm adding some Love from Lizi peel-offs across the center of the card. This is the gold color in the pinstripe style. I'm using the widest width and also the medium width. I'll wrap those ends around the back, put some ATG tape on the back of this piece, and layer it on the yellow cardstock. Then I'll add my card front onto a card base, leaving 1/8 of an inch of the white card base showing. All of my cards in this video are American Standard A2 size, 5.5 inches by 4.25 inches. Next I'll add a white oval die cut, and I use the September embossing folder to add that fun pattern to the background. And I did cut out that oval from some white shimmer cardstock. Just adhere that in place using some liquid adhesive. Now it's time to assemble the tractor. I've already cut out all of the pieces, and I decided to make a teal tractor. I have a slightly lighter teal color for the main body of the tractor, and some darker teal cardstock for the frame and the little area that goes above the tires. There's a lot of gluing and assembling in this video, so I have sped up certain parts of the video quite a bit. So I have the main portion of the tractor put together. I used some black cardstock for the steering wheel and craft cardstock for the seat. It helps to have a pair of reverse tweezers to hold all those tiny pieces in place, and I'm using Barely Art liquid adhesive to adhere everything together. In my craft room, I have a tall set of drawers where I keep all of my cardstock scraps. So for videos like this, it's the perfect opportunity to use up some of those scraps rather than cut apart a brand new sheet of cardstock. For the tires, I use black cardstock, 2 different grays, at least for the large tire, and some silver mirror cardstock for the very center. Once both of the tires are assembled, I'll flip them over and add some thin foam dimension on the back side. And I am using black foam dimension since the tires are black. I'll remove the release paper and add those tires right onto the tractor. This is such a fun set, and you could use that tractor all year round. Definitely doesn't need to be a fall card. Once my tractor is all assembled, I'll put liquid adhesive on the back and adhere it to the center of the oval. Once I have that in place, I can start working on the sentiment. There are 2 sentiment dies included. One has the word thankful and the other is happy fall. For this card, I'm using the sentiment thankful. I cut it out from some brown cardstock. When you cut out the sentiment, you can see all of the letters peeking through, so I decided to put some gold mirror cardstock behind it. So now that sentiment has a really pretty gold foil look to it. Before adhering it to my card, I will put some foam dimension on the back side, and I also put just a small scrap piece of cardstock on the very right side, and that'll help keep it at the same level. I'll adhere that in the upper right hand corner. Now I'll add some pretty yellow flowers. The set includes 2 different sizes of the flowers and also the leaves. And I'm using the same yellow cardstock that I used for that background layer. I'll attach 2 leaves to each of the flowers, and I'll also put a small piece of foam dimension on the back side. 2 of the flowers will sit above the thankful sentiment, and the other 3 flowers will sit on the back side of the tractor. Then to finish off the card, I'll add some gem stickers from Spellbinders. This is their gold mix. I'll add 2 of them around the sentiment and 3 in the lower left-hand corner. Then for a final finishing touch, I'm using a white gel pen and adding some highlights to the tractor and also the tires. So there is my finished card, and I did make 2 using this design. The die set this month is so much fun. I love the cute little tractor. I thought about making a pink tractor, but decided to go with teal. I think the teal works out really well for the tractor. Now moving on to card design number 2. I'm sticking with that same basic background. I selected this lovely plaid and layered it on some teal cardstock. I didn't use the embossing folder for the oval this time. I decided just to go with the plain oval, but I did still use the white shimmer cardstock. I also have the 2 gold peel-offs going across the card. Instead of the tractor, this card will feature the cart with all of the vegetables inside. So first I'll assemble the cart. I used some silver mirror cardstock for the metal portion. Then I have craft cardstock for the wood slats. Just glue all those pieces together. The cart has 2 small wheels. Use black cardstock, a dark gray, and also some silver mirror. And I will be popping those up with some foam dimension. On the back side of the cart, I did add some narrow strips of double-sided tape just to make sure everything stayed together while I'm waiting for the glue to adhere. So I'll set that aside and start assembling the corn. There are several different pieces to make your ear of corn. I used a darker yellow for the background piece and a lighter yellow cardstock for the corn kernels. I also used 2 different shades of green cardstock for the husk of the corn. I've already assembled the large pumpkin with the stem and the vine and placed it in the cart. Next I'll add 1 of the ears of corn. Then I'll adhere the stem onto the green squash, place that inside the cart, and then add 1 more ear of corn. And just to make sure all those pieces stay together for now, I'm putting some more double-sided tape on the back side. Then I'll add liquid adhesive in the areas where I don't have that double-sided tape and adhere it to the center of the oval. And I'll hold those tires up to the cart just to make sure I get the placement correct. I don't want some of those vegetables to be sticking off the end of the card. Once the cart's adhered down, I can add the tires, and I will put some foam dimension on the back side. The sentiment is Happy Fall, and I put a piece of white cardstock behind it so you can see those letters show through. And I'll adhere that to the front of the cart. I'm also adding 2 flowers to the left side of the cart, one in yellow and the other in a dark teal. And I did use some yellow glitter cardstock for the very center of the flowers. Then to finish off the card, I'll add some more of the gold gem stickers. Put 3 of them in the lower left-hand corner and 2 in the upper right-hand corner. And I'm also using a white gel pen to add highlights to the cart and also the vegetables. So there is my finished card, and again I did make 2 using this design. The tractor and the cart fit nicely on a slimline size card, but I thought it would be fun to add them separately onto a card. Now here's another look at the 4 cards I made using Spellbinders September 2022 Large Die of the Month. If you are interested in subscribing to any of Spellbinders Club kits, I do have links provided in the description box below. In order to receive the kits I showed in this video, you do need to sign up and subscribe by September 28th. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day.